Introducing my design philosophy, the unity of paradox. My design philosophy is about how I develop the identity of a designer and how I tackle the unknown in the field of design. And it's also guidance of going on an expedition without a map and destination, but with confidence. First, contradictory me, who I am as a designer. I try to capture some adjectives to describe what kind of designer I am currently or what I want to be in the future. But it seems that some words are incompatible, even antonyms. Is it possible or reasonable to depict myself using just one adjective word? I think no, because I believe I'm a multi-faced designer. And interestingly, I have many contradictory characteristics. I can be super crazy when coming up with ideas. While I may be the most restrained person when contracting design directions. Sometimes I feel like I should develop myself into the design process, believing in my personal experience and intuition. But some other times I prefer incorporating design theories and methods into the design process and keeping a distance from the design subjects. I'm obsessed with discovering in-depth insights. At the same time, I also enjoy focusing on the entire design framework from hindsight. I'm able to be fully empathetic with people, but when in terms of work, I can handle things strictly and logically. Occasionally, I would clear my previous design experience out of my mind and become ignorant about design in just a moment. I know I'm a complexus without just having one side. And fortunately, although I'm contradictory, design is the same. Paradoxical design. In fact, a wide variety of contradictory attributes can be present at the same time. Let's take the relationship between design and demands as an example. Is design driven by the demands? Or the opposite, demand is driven by design? In other words, should we designers find the hidden needs and try our best to meet them? Or should we create needs for people and even lead the overall design trend? And there are too many contradictions like this we can find in design. Design should express a complex system in a simple way. While following the universal specifications, design should also pursue innovations and personalities. Design is not only the expression of personal design thinking, but also the product of collaborative wisdom. Therefore, I think there is no right or wrong in the design, or even the best or the worst. It's only about whether it is suitable within the context. Synchronize me and design. How can I tackle the paradox within design? First, highlighting one of my sides intentionally and confidently. According to the different design stages, I will deliberately emphasize one paradoxical side of me. For example, in the stage of brainstorming, I would arm myself with divergent thinking without considering restrictions. Second, find a proper point to balance the contradiction. The contradictory attributes within design are not always two separate extremes. They can also be a spectrum. So for me, design is also a process of constant balancing. But in some cases, no matter how we balance, what we can get is a moderate solution, not the excellent one. That's why I need another new perspective to think about the contradictions, unifying the opposite. Like this, the two lines seem to cross with each other. But they can be actually disjointed when seen from three dimensions. By rotating one of the planes, these two lines can even be parallel. For instance, instead of viewing the technology as the restriction that needs to be broken through, we can regard technology as the ground or the foundation of design. Active highlighting, constant balancing, upgraded thinking. This is about how I recognize myself, understand design, and how do I synchronize me with design. It's also my design philosophy.